Hi friends, just a quick health disclaimer. This podcast is intended for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider or diabetes care team before making changes to your diabetes management, treatment, medications, diet, or exercise routine.
Welcome back to Life of a Low Girl. I'm Hannah.
I'm Sasha.
I'm Lee.
And I'm Marissa.
You are loved, you are cared for, you are welcome here. Today, ladies, we are talking about tools and technology. And Lee, you brought us a fun new present.
I do have a new present here with us. And I will say that, again, we've talked about your all's diabetes from being the dinosaur ages, oldest dinosaur, next level dinosaurs. But I even remember back before we had a CGM, before we had a follow app, we built Night Scout, which I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit more. But this new tool, nothing makes me happier than to be on this podcast couch, to be able to look at your numbers the entire time that we're talking.
And it's so cute.
It is so cute. This is the Sugar Pixel. And we love this so much for so many reasons. This is the new version of the Sugar Pixel that they are just getting ready to release. I think it just came out about a month ago. But what I love about this is it's so interactive. You can have 4 people that can show up on your screen. So you see we have 4 people.
That's convenient.
It is.
It was built for the low girls.
It was built for this podcast.
Shout out, John.
You can see, so Marissa, Hannah, maybe you can point.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are listening to us, this is the size sort of a small iPad.
Yeah. Like a Kindle.
Yes,
Kindle.
Exactly. Like a Kindle.
You're welcome.
And so it's on the back of our couch here in podcast land.
On a stand, a really great stand.
On a wooden stand. And so it has a magnetic back to it. So for those of you that have like a MagSafe case on your phone, that's the same way that this new Sugar Pixel is. So again, the size of a Kindle. It will hold up to 4 users, and you can see blood sugar numbers on there. So one of the things that I love about the Sugar Pixel is that it doesn't really matter what device you're using in terms of a CGM. So it can work with your Libre, it can work with your Dexcom, it can work with your Night Scout. So you can configure it to be 1 to 4 users. We have 4 users going on ours. Marissa is in the top left. Right now she is 106, and you'll notice that with her being 106, her background is green. And so it's set to it changes colors based upon what your blood sugar numbers are. So Marissa is, and I don't know all of the names of the characters on there, but you can see that there's different characters that are happening. So Ava has chosen the characters for you all based upon your personalities as she views them.
I love
You
it.
know what? That means a lot
Can we talk about these characters?
Yes.
I love it.
So Marissa is on the Color Pop characters because Marissa likes to paint and Marissa likes to do different arts and crafts. And so you can see that there's a little character that's changing on Marissa's screen in terms of what her blood sugars numbers are. So again, for those of you that are listening, Marissa is 106. Her background right now is greenish. Ava, as we call her, No Data Ava, here we are again. She has not had a reading in 1 hour and 51 minutes. So she has stale data right now, but she has it's like a animals of the sea background.
Beach girl.
Yeah. For the beach girl. Hannah is like this fuzzle family. So that was what Ava picked for Hannah. Hannah is 180, arrow to the side.
Looks like you're lassoing like a comet.
It does.
Yeah. So she's got a little green guy. And again, she's at 180, and the thresholds changed based upon sort of these preset numbers that are in there. So Hannah is maybe she's going to go from green to a different color. So again, she's the Fuzzle Friends. And then Sasha is in the bottom quadrant, and she's this little baby cat
It's really
thing.
cute.
She is 202.
Why am I so honored she thinks I'm a baby cat?
Well, you're going to change animals, but
okay.
she thinks that you are like these little animal friends. And so you're 202. So right now with the data that we have, like you are in the purple zone because you've gone above sort of what that threshold is.
That sounds like really judgmental.
No, but I
Well,
like that
I
it's
know, I'm
purple and
kidding.
not red.
Yeah.
Because red feels aggressive.
Red means dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that also, in addition to this, if you look in the pictures there, you see a little storybook. So the Sugar Pixel
Can I
actually,
click?
yeah, click it. It
Oh,
might
I see. The little. Oh, and then you
Yeah, so then you can scan a QR code, and then it'll tell you a story.
read about Mochi.
Right.
Aw.
So there's different characters. They have different names. And then you scan it. And some of the partners that Sugar Pixel partners with, Children with Diabetes is one of them, will go to educational resources. So some of the clinical articles that Marissa has written. Okay. You're
Mochi, the peaceful one.
Yeah, that's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it?
Okay, well, I gotta go.
But anyway, it links over to educational support materials as well. And you can see now, again, Sasha has moved into 196.
I'm officially Mochi now.
Right.
Oh, that's Mochi the red panda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
Isn't he cute?
He's
Yeah.
cute.
But anyway, there's probably 5 or 6 different options that you have. Again, Ava chose these options for everybody.
Mimsy?
My guy's name is Mimsy.
Oh, that's perfect for you.
But as a diabetes parent who loves data and who loves to sit around and watch numbers, I have loved this because, again, I can watch all 4 of you all at the same time. So when I think about sort of new tools like technology and things like that, I think that this is totally amazing. I will also say, we've talked about before, there is nothing in the diabetes world that can wake up Jimmy Fickling. We've talked about that I will go in and I will Alexa into the room whenever we are away. We have a Sugar Pixel, which was the original Sugar Pixel in my room, and that will wake him up. And this last week, I got the Sugar Pixel Mini, which is a tiny version of the one that I have in my room that I put in Ava's room.
Nice.
And so now, because I feel like that she's getting ready to go to college in a year, she needs to be able to figure out what to do with these alarms. And, Davis was not aware of all of the different alerts that come out of these Sugar Pixels. And so Davis will send me, with his autism, it will crank in whenever he hears any sort of thing that is unusual and unexpected. And so Davis sent me a message and he was like, "There's aliens in your bedroom." I was like, I can promise you there's not aliens in my bedroom. But it was the Sugar Pixel that was alerting because it sort of escalates the more that you don't sort of pay attention to the alarm that's coming in. And so now Ava has her own version of aliens in her room for her to be able to now wake up.
That's the text message, and I love that so much about Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
The aliens are there.
Love it. I love it. And we want to clarify, too, that we're not sponsored by Sugar Pixel.
Right,
We're not
no.
sponsored.
We just love it. Yeah.
And that's what this whole episode is about today, right? Is that we just want to talk
We're
about
not
the
talking
things
about anything related to a sponsor. We just are talking about things we love.
we love. Yeah. So what's your favorite diabetes tool that you have right now?
Ooh.
Or app or piece of tech that's not even maybe diabetes related, but helps your diabetes some way?
Bag.
Maybe your bag. That's
I would say my crumple bag. This is probably my favorite. This is from 1-to-1 Diabetes. We met her last year at Friends for Life. She is a young woman like us who started this company because when you travel, finding something that holds your diabetes supplies is really, really annoying. So I'm gonna have you hold this mic for me and I will tell you. So this is the smaller bag. She also has a very large one, which I have that one too. I put my makeup on one side and then my diabetes supplies on the other. And it's enough for like 2 weeks. Like I can put all of my 2 weeks worth of supplies on one side.
And we are overpackers.
We are.
Listeners, you do not even understand the extent of overpack that this girl's
Okay, but the diabetes educator would say, please overpack the diabetes supplies.
Yes.
Okay, for sure. So the top, I put makeup in the top on this one too, especially for a little quick trip. Yes. So I love that. And then the bottom, here's what makes these cool.
Oh yeah, I see
bottom
already. Yep.
Are all Velcro. So like if you want to put something larger here, like your, I don't know,
Pen.
like
Atlantis pen.
Yeah.
Zero or your glucagon, whatever, and then or like a Dexcom box could fit here.
Yeah.
But all of these come out and are movable. And for the makeup part, the big one does that too. But sometimes my makeup gets on them, so I throw them in the washer.
Nice.
I don't know if you can do that, but the other thing that was super cool that the girl told me who made these is she outsources them somewhere to get them made. I think like Vietnam or something, but the person who makes the bags, they have type 1 or someone in their family had type 1. But I'm like, how cool is that they're making a product that means something to them too.
And they look like aesthetically pleasing.
That's exactly why I went to that.
Right.
They have a really pretty green one for not just for guys, but it's a different looking bag than these.
Yeah.
And then a really cute
lavender.
Lavender. I have
you have
lavender.
that one.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Ava's going to have those.
Yeah.
Well, and you all got them you got both of them.
Yeah.
They were because she was there last year at Friends for Life.
Yeah, I think she did a promo for if you bought two.
And
Yeah.
we ran into her at
ATTD.
Yeah.
In Barcelona.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, she's
So,
amazing.
I think this is my favorite
your
diabetes
current-
thing right
yeah.
now.
What about you?
My favorite thing right now, honestly, weird, ChatGPT.
Okay.
Has helped me a lot with my diabetes. So I think we talked in another episode that I had to take an unexpected pump break, resetting, my new insulin pump came in and I was like, well, wait a second. I have a lot of new things. Like I've added Afrezza into my diabetes care routine. Do I want to be in sleep mode all of the time? Do I want to be in activity mode all of the time? And so I popped everything into Chad. We call him Chad. Our Chads.
Our Chads are our best friends.
We talk to him about everything.
We keep him very busy.
Yes.
Him. Him. But I, was talking to Chad and I was like, I don't know which of these I want to, do I want to be in sleep? Do I want to be in activity? What is the difference between the two? Like, honestly, because I don't know. I know that they do something to reduce your insulin needs, but I don't know if one keeps you lower, higher, what? And he was like, let me break it down for you. Here's everything. And then I gave Chad all of the advice that you recently gave me about you should try this dose, you should try that, and don't do this for carbs, do that for carbs. And he was like, your friend is spot on.
Right.
Let me tell you how I would
course.
just slightly tweak what she has said. And I was like, okay, great.
Okay,
Yeah.
Chad, CDCES.
I know. But I think it's interesting. Like
That
the
is so
world,
cool.
we're moving into like this AI world of, I think about we talk a lot about, access to care and like your diabetes team. If you can't, not that this is like a replacement for your clinical team whatsoever, but if you're in a pinch of like,
Yes.
what do you think I should do, this or that? So then you can ask your clinical team or your clinical director, Marissa, you're like, hey, I've thought about this. It's there.
And for teenagers, I'm telling you, she will go to Chad. We share a Chad, Ava and I do. So I can see sort of in the Chad
You've got
history.
such a snarky Chad.
I do. My Chad knows
That
me.
tracks.
But literally, I can just see sort of in the chat history. Like this morning, she texted me, I'm here in Ohio. She's in North Carolina. She was like, I think I have carpal tunnel syndrome. I was like, you probably don't, but from scooping the ice cream. So she has chatted.
For one summer, I now have developed carpal tunnel.
I got carpal tunnel.
But she goes to Chad to be able to ask. And so when I go back and I think about and again, we've talked about this before, the amount of time that we spend with our care providers is so small. And the amount of time that you spend with your diabetes is so large. Yeah. So you have to get answers. So if we don't have access to a Marissa to be able to help us through everything, back in the beginning when we started living life off label and Ava started looping and doing open APS, there was a tool that the smart people from the internet built called AutoTune. And so if you would have asked me what was my favorite tool that I had, back in the day, when you have a kid that's diagnosed when they're 3 and now she's almost 17, your insulin needs change over time.
Yes.
And because we fear judgment when we go into that doctor's appointment, I would love behind the scenes to be able to get it right, in quotes, before I get into that appointment and judge. So AutoTune was this amazing tool to where you could send it in your information and it would go through its computer clickety-clack in the background, and then it would spit out and it would say, you know what, you probably need to change your settings at these times. And so when I think about AI now, I am sure that it can do things like that.
I want to play with that. I didn't think to do that.
Well, and the other thing I talked about it too was before I texted you and I said, I'm going to do all of these things, I said, hey, I'm going to talk to my diabetes educator. And said, I'm going to, I'm thinking about this, this, and this. And he also gave me a list of questions too. So if you have appointment anxiety, which I definitely do, putting all that information in and saying, hey, what should how should I approach these subjects with my, care team? I think that's the way, it's not doing something physically for me, but it's helping me decide how to manage my diabetes.
What's your favorite tool?
I mean, I feel like mine is still CGM.
Yeah.
I really do, because I remember so much of life without a CGM that, to me, like I don't take it for granted. And then when I don't have it, like when I have maybe, I don't know, a brief sensor issue, or like maybe it gets disconnected from my phone, like earlier I had left my phone downstairs and we came upstairs and you're like, oh, you have no data. And I was like, oh yeah, left my phone, right?
Hey friends, quick little commercial break. Do you have a T1D confession that you need to get off your chest? A question you've been too nervous to ask, or a random diabetes thought that lives rent-free in your brain? We want to hear it. You can email us at confessions@lowgirlpod.com. That's confessions@lowgirlpod.com. No judgment, no shame, just real life with type 1 diabetes and all of its messy, funny, frustrating, and weirdly specific glory. Okay, commercial break over, back to the tea, or maybe I should say back to the juice.
So let me ask you all this question. As grown-ups with diabetes, big sisters with diabetes, I know how much I am looking at the Follow app during the day because I am a psycho helicopter diabetes mom. But for you all living with type 1, on an average day, how often, because you're not wearing Apple Watches. Let's look at your arms.
No, we used to.
You know who is? I am. But none of you all are. So how often are you looking at your app?
I have mine.
I would say a lot.
I added it as like a widget on the front,
Yeah.
so like I can tap it and then it shows up right there that we're not aligned.
Okay, we're not.
We'll get there.
You'll catch up.
205 is what it's saying.
Mine's also mine's on my home, my lock screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, from there I can look and it shows me how much insulin I had on board. So earlier I looked and we're looking at my phone and it has this is the Trio app display is what it is. So it shows 108 at steady, but 2 units on board. So earlier I was 132 with like a straight down arrow and I looked and it was 3.8 units on board. And I thought, you know what? This is probably a fruit snack pack time. So I had a fruit snack pack and here I am chilling at 108.
I would say I look when it vibrates.
Right.
And I think that's good too. That's awesome.
How we all pick up our phones 1 million times per day. So it's like maybe I'm not intentionally looking at that, but it's on the widget. So it's like a quick glance and perfect.
Yeah, okay, you're back.
Look at that.
It's a quick glance for me. And then
I will say that as a parent with a teenager with diabetes, almost a young adult, I am not paying attention to it so much during the day. But at night, when I start my nighttime routine, then I start to pay attention because truthfully, all I want to do is go to sleep. Yeah. And I told you, I've got my sugar pixel beside the bed, but because sometimes there's a lag, between it and you've got a brief sensor issue and whatever, before I go to sleep, I will make sure to be able to check it, not only for her, but also for you all. Yeah. And so it was funny that Hannah had a very series of unexpected events, flatlined out, red means dead, the night before we got ready to come to Ohio. And, she was at home. Her husband was at home too. She was alerting on my phone. And Jimmy was like, are you going to deal with that diabetes? I was like, that is not the diabetes across the hall from us. Yeah. That is the diabetes in Pennsylvania. Yeah. So she already has somebody watching her right now. But I think that there has to be sort of a balance because as much as we love the data, sometimes it can be data overload.
Absolutely.
And I can imagine for you all, you took your watches off. And so for me, I think you took your watches off because it was too much. Yes. You could see the text messages, you could see the emails coming in, the Dexcom alerts.
It was notifications in general. Right. I mean, Dexcom for sure, but sometimes it's too much. It's like reminder. Yes. I'm like, I'm getting that on my laptop. I'm getting that on my phone. Yeah. I don't need that. So
I think even with my recent pump break, I was like, oh, wait, I love this. And I'm not getting the hey, you had a snack 2 hours ago. Did you remember to bolus for it? Or you had a snack or you had a meal 2 hours ago. Did you maybe think about giving insulin? Did you do this? Did you do that?
How do I turn that off for you? Do you want that turned off?
I figured out now that I had to do all of my data and all of my things. But I had it turned on and I was like, this is just beeping overload.
Yeah.
Well, and for a kid, she's been on multiple pumps and some of her pumps have been louder and more in your face than others. And she has chosen to move away from other pumps because it calls her out. Yeah. And even now, I feel like she's using the same pump that you all are using. She is vibrating more than you all. And when she's in class,
I was going to say, school, I would be like, oh my gosh. Right. And I would hold it really close to my body to get rid of the beep noise.
And that's
why everybody would be like,
totally. Oh, she's back. Oh, okay.
Well,
okay. Well, she's back.
You're about to see Lee freak out live on television, everyone.
It's fine. So for those of you that are listening,
the fish is eating a snack.
All right, for those of you that are listening, our Sugar Pixel just came back on. No Data Ava just came back, and now she is 63 with an angled arrow down. She is at work where she is not allowed to have her phone, so that's probably why she was without data for a while. I am in Ohio. She is in North Carolina at her workplace, and I am not going to freak out. So
it's daytime. Remember,
it is
daytime freak out.
Okay. Nope, nobody's going to freak out about that.
But I would like to point out the positive in this is that Ava's color matches all of our colors.
Yes,
sitting on the couch.
Yellow.
So,
CWD yellow.
And she probably went and got her phone because she felt low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because the data came back.
Or because I texted her and said, turn your data back on. But anyway.
I mean, it could be one or the other. But did she look at... Wait, she didn't look at your text because she didn't have her phone.
Who knows? She also does not wear her watch.
Yeah.
She claims that the watch issue is because of a battery. But I'm like, you know what? I've heard you all talk too much about the watches. I'm like, you can tell me it's a battery issue, but I think it's like a data overload issue.
I think it's too much.
And when we think about like technology, it's not just about like we can see this here and you can see it on your phone and all of that. But you've got some things besides you, Hannah, that are some of my favorite pieces.
Along and pass.
Yes, let's do.
Would you like me to hold that for you, or are you good? Okay.
I'm good. So we'll pass it there.
Okay.
So
talk about it.
Our favorite. We have one in every color. Here, I have a similar.
But for those of you that are listening, we are looking.
In the dark glitter one.
All right, we are talking about pump cases.
Pump cases from Deck My Diabetes.
Yep.
They're so cute.
They're adorable. So the one that Sasha is holding and the one that I'm holding were designed by Miss A from Deck My Diabetes, where you can give her a series of colors or she will just choose them for you based on.
And again, not sponsored.
Not sponsored at all.
These are just things that we
love.
But they're 3D
adorable.
printed, so they're very flimsy. The one that comes with the Mobi is very hard to get on and
Yes.
off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, and
when you do
I
a
have
site
fake
change,
nail, like I have broken a nail on it, which
Yeah.
is a catastrophe, super meltdown. But these are just like super flexible, and the colors are really fun. And
Why do all the tandem clips, why are they so hard to do? I don't
know. Yeah, but you know, is so good about parts.
Right.
Like I think Deck Diabetes is one of their like preferred vendors.
Good.
So.
And so at Friends for Life, like they will come and they will have all these pump cases that are adorable. I will say while we're talking about pump cases that Ava, sorry, Ava, that I'm about to say this.
Call her out.
I will call her out because you all wear the visible pump cases. You put your pumps wherever, you know, you make it work for you. She has decided she is going to forego the case. And now she just throws her pump into her underwear or into a pocket or whatever. So it just free flows.
But when I am not at doing a diabetes thing, I put it like on my bra, whatever side my Dexcom is.
Yeah.
So I definitely wear it loud and proud when I'm out, like doing these types of things. But it's kind of nice to just put it in your clothes and not have it like the tube catch on something.
And I think that's like my favorite, like, you know, talk about like favorite tech tools. I think that's the beauty of the Mobi is you can do that because we grew up in the era and Ava had, you know, pumps that were bigger than she was, you know, at some points. And it's like now having the ability to just stuff it somewhere is so nice.
And I think people, like if you're looking for the tubeless option, like the Omnipod is amazing in terms of giving you that tubeless option. And, you know, when she was so little, like I've told the story a million times, she was diagnosed at 3. And I mean, literally we had to hold her down on the couch in order to be able to change her sight. And so, you know, I've always said that diabetes has lived in 3-day increments back then. Because, and especially like when you're using an Omnipod, like it expires, so you have to change it. Unlike these little girls that will keep it going for however many days with their True Steels, and also Ava.
Don't know what you're talking about.
But, you know, like her arm, she chose to wear her pod on her arm. Her entire upper arm was nothing but a pod.
Yeah.
So cute when they wear them.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but like, and it gives so much freedom because again, like you were setting up our podcast couch earlier and you had a sight issue.
Yeah. I literally did this site this morning.
Yeah.
And I even put
skin
tack on it. I'm shocked it came out. But anyways, with True Steel, I did not pop that pup back in. I hovered it over my skin and a gentle press.
Boop.
We've been through this. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
That was for Lee.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we love those Deck My Diabetes cases. Yes. Hannah's got a few more tools over here.
Dinosaur. You talk about this one because this
is from T1D 3D Gear. They
shout out Heather.
Shout out Heather. We did so our Friends for Life conferences have themes, and this was dinosaur year, so they printed dinosaur themed insulin holders here.
Yep.
For those watching, you open it, and it's so that your insulin vial, precious gold, does not fall and shatter on the ground. So it just holds it safely, and it's really, really cute. And then the other thing, they have a bunch of different products that he 3D prints, but the other one Hannah has next to her.
And they have a child with type 1.
Yeah. This holds all of your insulin bottles for your butter compartment in your refrigerator. This one holds 12, which is really nice. So I have multiple ones of these just so you can take them out of the bulky cardboard box and put them in this nice thing in your refrigerator.
Yeah, I actually need to order that for real.
Yeah.
I love it.
It makes your diabetes look cute.
And they have them in different sizes too. Like I have one that's just for 6.
Nice.
Yes.
Too. So if you just wanted something little or to take like on a trip or something, but it makes me feel better that they're safe in there.
The other thing that we don't have here, because mine is at CWD corporate, is the vial safes.
Yes.
And I sent you, the 3 of you, a text the other day that I had taken it out of the vial safe.
Oh, yeah.
The Moby case, the
You've
syringe
had a bad series of events.
You know, I wanted to throw the towel in with diabetes recently. But like took the vial safe off of the insulin, did everything right, put it on the Moby syringe, and then just dropped it, and then shattered my brand new vial of insulin. But like the vial safe prevents that when you are using injections or if you are just using another pump that doesn't have the cute little Moby twisty guy.
Any bottle that I have sitting out has the vial safe, and then like my travel insulin bottle always has the vial safe.
So when I think we are talking about girl diabetes, which I love, like there's nothing more than I love than girl diabetes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we have some friends that are the low bros that have diabetes also. They probably are not using all of these cute things with their diabetes.
I don't think they're using that. And the other thing that they're not always doing is
We're not naming names.
We're not naming names, but they're not using things like Follow. They're not using whatever share apps.
Yeah.
So you, Lee, cannot control their diabetes. So what are you doing? How can I help you? How can I fix this? In the way that we, I think, or like women in general, I would say, have decided that they want to share their diabetes and just like have that community aspect. I'll call out like one story. So we have one of my friends for life from the conference is Jess, recently texted me. She said, I've been listening to the podcast. I love that the 4 of you follow each other. You listen to each other. You're there for each other. I've been really stressed with my own diabetes. Do you mind following me in my Medtronic app? Because we use Moby and Dexcom right now. She's on the Medtronic system. She's like, I just don't have anyone in my corner right now. And I just need someone there. So I've recently been following Jess. She actually is. Look at that. She's beeping. Right on cue. How's Jess doing? So I can show you well, I won't show you. I won't call her out what she is. But she's got a little down arrow right now. So I'm going to send her my eye emojis. As we do.
Yeah, and when we're traveling, like, as you know, whenever we're signing off here, like I say, love you, don't bolus too much. Like that's my last bit of advice to you all before we all go to bed, because I want you to sleep, and I also want to sleep and not deal with your diabetes shenanigans overnight. But for our friends that don't sort of share their diabetes, I do worry about them. Yeah. And I'm like, do you have a plan? Like, are you going to be okay? Like, I know I can key into your hotel rooms at any point in time. But even like, Hannah was downstairs last night. I was upstairs. Like I worried. I mean, we were in the same house.
Yes.
Like,
feet apart.
Right. Exactly. But I still worried about it. And so, but I think that there's no right way. Like whenever you're thinking about tools, and they have their tools, and maybe they share with their partners or their friends
out for themselves. But like
they just don't want to share with us.
Yeah. Like I texted you last night, 3 juice box emojis.
Right.
Like, got it, saw it, dealing with it. And then I got the text back of, I will come with Jeff's orange juice into your room at whatever time it is.
She has done that for me with a straw. And I have a picture of it. She was so cute sitting on the edge of my bed. Like, I brought you a little juice.
But you recently did that when we were together in New Orleans for Marissa. We all have each other's back.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I had this low where it was this perfect combination of a GLP-1, a lot of liquor drinks, and no dinner. And, I was getting in bed. I'd already brushed my teeth, and I'm about 70, and I'm thinking, I'll be fine. Like, it's just 70. I've already eaten. Well, I forgot that I hadn't eaten dinner. I ran out of low snacks. I texted Sasha, I think, and I was like, hey, are you awake? And she Did you call me? I think you called me, or you texted me
on the
back.
hotel phone.
No, on her cell phone.
Okay, sorry.
Sasha and I were
Wow. No, they were at the bar.
We were together.
Okay,
they were at the bar. I was trying to go to bed early. It did not pan out. But then I was like, Sasha, I need some carbs and I need some like food. And she went to the little like
hotel gift shop.
Yeah, the gift shop. It's just a snack shop, right?
Yeah.
And she FaceTimes me and she's like, what do you want? And, I'm like 40 and I'm like, ooh, Oreos,
everything.
Ooh, Nutter Butters, ooh.
I want it all.
I mean, she got a lot.
And and she brought it all up and then she was like, and how we doing? And you know what? I'm just going to wait until you're 70 to go back down.
Yeah.
But it was
very fun. I was like,
cute.
You're so tired. I was like, close your eyes.
It was so
And I was in the
nice.
queen next to the queen and I was just like, I feel like a diabetes mom right
Yeah.
now.
She was. Yeah. My diabetes
well,
mom.
and then you got,
I've trained you
and
well.
then Marissa got sick.
And then I felt like I was going to throw up.
She had the nausea situation.
Which,
and I was like, let me go Tokyo Drift down to Jeff's room and get a Zofran. I ran, actually.
He's like, she came running down the hallway.
Like he was asleep.
Yeah, he was in his
wasn't he?
PJs, popped out, and it was like a 1 second handoff. It was like, and Zofran in your hand, and then I ran back up.
Yeah,
yeah.
But it was really cute because we were sitting at the bar with a diabetes dad. He's a diabetes dad, and he also lives with diabetes
For 50 years.
Yeah. And we're like chatting with him. You ran to get Marissa snacks, and we had this same conversation again. Low bro,
right?
He's like, I don't think I would ever let anyone follow my diabetes ever. And I'm like, say more about that. And he couldn't give an actual answer as to why.
Right.
Well, and I think, even like earlier when you looked at Jess's blood sugar, you're like, I'm not going to call her out, right? Which I think is fair because it's, it's her data. But I think because we feel very judged by the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the big fear when we go to the provider's office is, what are my numbers going to look like? Are they going to think that I'm like a bad person with diabetes? You know what I mean? Like, I think there's so much pressure to be perfect, right? I mean, it's like that with other things too, like Instagram, right?
Yeah.
But the reality is perfection does not exist, right?
Yep.
And I mean, actually, this is a great Jeff quote. Jeff says that the only person that you should expect to have a flat CGM is a corpse.
Yep.
I was like, okay, wow, you paint that picture.
Yeah.
But it's true.
And never have I ever, and I mean this, opened the app to see what her blood sugar is. I get an alarm and that's when I'm looking because I'm like, oh, she's probably, because her low settings are probably in the 50s.
Yeah.
And I think I'm like, okay, that's when I check on her.
Yeah.
But I give her a minute too. Like I don't immediately do it. And I follow another friend. Same thing. Like I would never open the app because I don't care what your blood sugar is unless you're in a zone that is like unsafe.
But I think that's, like Hannah said, like women, I feel like we are much more likely because of our society, right? To talk about things, to have feelings of all types, right? Which, is lucky for us because we have all those feelings. I mean, I think it would be really great if the low bros would feel more comfortable. And maybe that's not what it is, but that's my take personally. I think, there's this idea of like being a man and being whatever, right? And despite our best efforts to like reframe our thinking, we were raised believing certain things, right?
Well, low bros, when you're ready to share, we're ready to
we're
follow.
ready. We're ready.
Without
We're absolutely ready.
Suggestions at lowgirlpod.com. Like, I think I'm actually genuinely curious. I want to know, like, low bros, why don't you let people follow you?
Yeah.
Or do you? Are you a low bro that lets people follow you?
And there are probably like
I follow
low girls. There are
a low bro.
There are probably low girls that don't like to be followed either.
Definitely. Yeah.
Hey friends, quick little commercial break. The Life of a Low Girl is a production of Children with Diabetes. Learn more at childrenwithdiabetes.com and follow along on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube at CW Diabetes. Now, back to the show.
Like my mom, shout out Donna, she taught me something, and this was not very many years ago. I was feeling like down bad, not about diabetes, but just sort of in general. And I was like comparing myself to all of the people that were on Facebook. Like it almost makes me want to cry just like thinking about this. And she was like, Lee, you realize people are only posting what they want you to see.
Correct.
And it never hit me because like I was so much of like a living in like a post of the moment. Like I'm like, and now my kids are throwing a fit and I'm posting it. And now they're, doing this milestone and I'm posting it. But it didn't hit me to think that truly like there are some people out there that are only posting what they want you to be able to see. And so that really rang true to me. And so I think that, when we're thinking about like tech tools and like, all of the different ways that we talk about diabetes and things like that, there are people out there that are posting the perfect things.
Yeah.
And whether it's the low bros not wanting to get caught up with that, I mean, I think that from our standpoint, we are so genuine in terms of we just want you to be the very best person that you are and to be safe with diabetes. And so, if you're 63, like and same thing with you, like I am not watching you all. I don't want to track you. If you beep on my phone, I want to know that you're okay or you're in a place where somebody has got your back. So when I think about technology and where we are today and where I am in my stage of life as a parent, it's more about all of you all being independently happy and healthy.
Yeah.
And being in a place where you're safe. And that's, what's important to me with all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd also like to say that Trio, this app has been amazing for me. And that's another like tech tool. And actually at ADA, which was like a little bit ago, I met the guy that made the Trio app and algorithm.
Did you hug him?
I did, and I took a picture. I said, thank you. I said, can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
I have this really cute picture. He's so nice. My dad, Jeff, was meeting him to give him a Journey Award.
Oh.
And, yeah. This is not a diabetes tool, but it's a diabetes thing. Talk about the Journey Awards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the Journey Awards are a program where you can celebrate the amount of time you lived with diabetes. And this is something that Lily used to do. Mm-hmm. And we actually worked with them to take over the program. It's Eli Lilly, in case, whatever. And we have... They're started out with a 50-year award, a 25-year award, and a 10-year award. And there is a 75, actually, which I think we've given out a fair few, which is incredible to
Close to 20, I think. Maybe even has hit 20, which was the coolest. I'm like, you guys are the OGs.
Yeah, really.
The dinosaurs.
The
actual dinosaurs. Not Marissa.
Dinosaurs.
No offense.
Right.
No.
Yeah, zero offense.
Right.
I think it's so cool because people are living longer with diabetes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
You know what? Shout out to Richard Vaughn.
Exactly.
Vaughn,
Richard.
If you ever happen to listen to this podcast, he is the absolute coolest. He's had diabetes for over 80 years and he writes about it. He talks about it on Facebook all the time. He is a diabetes legend. So, Richard, if you're listening, thank you for being an example to us.
Well, and last year, was it last year that we launched
the
5-year?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Sasha actually designs these.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to talk about it, Sasha.
I don't. I get to design it. It is an honor. And to see them on social media and stuff of how much it means to people means a lot to me.
So it's a coin that people can get, and you can request it from the Children with Diabetes website.
CWD.is/Journey Award. No S, Journey Award.
And so living with diabetes for 5, 10, 25, 50, or 75 years. And so I think the thing about the 5-year award, when Ava was diagnosed when she was 3, there was sort of this, whether it was urban legend or whether they told us this at the doctor's appointment or even in the hospital when she was in the ICU, in 5 years, there will be a cure.
Yeah.
And so it rang true in my mind of in 5 years, this is going to be behind us. And so then when you got to 5 years, there was no cure. Yeah. It was not behind us. It was only getting worse, after 5 years. And so I think it's been great whenever we think about sort of that 5-year mark, because that's when you're sort of in the thick of it at the very beginning. You want it to go away. It's not ever going to go away. So one of my favorite things that we do whenever we're at, professional diabetes conferences and out, whenever we see visible signs of diabetes in the wild, we'll see somebody that'll have a Libre. We'll see somebody that'll have a Dexcom on, or we'll see their pump. We will sort of go up to them sort of aggressively to ask them about their diabetes story, ask them how long have they been living with diabetes, and then help them with those Journey Awards to be able to give it out. And we've had so many people that have come up to us and they're like, nobody has ever celebrated my diabetes before. Yeah. And so we cheer for it because you're part of our family. We love that you're here and just love sort of all of that part of it. So I think that that's an amazing way to sort of be able to extend that diabetes family out.
I don't know if I ever told you this. This is my craziest Journey Awards story.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I keep them in my car because you never know what happens. So I have one of each year in the car just in case. I am sitting at my grandfather's funeral last May. Oh. I hear the ding of the T-Slim that is making a notification. And I was like, that does not sound like me because it's not like on my person, but I hear it and I'm like, this is not an appropriate time. And I'm like looking for it. And it's the guy sitting behind me. And I think he had diabetes for 30 years or something. Wow. And it was like the visitation time. So I like ran out to my car. I got him a Journey Award. I Journey Award him during this ceremony or
celebration of life.
Yeah. And I think the other part about the Journey Awards that just reminded me, not of your grandfather dying, but what is special about it is that Jeff, Marissa's dad, our president, CEO, and founder, every morning he packs them up. And so he has gone to California for an event right now when we're filming this podcast. And he printed us the Journey Awards of the day and has left them at the house for me and Hannah to be able to deal with whenever we get back from filming today. But it means so much to him in terms of like the stories that we get, you know, when somebody requests the Journey Award. So he is literally packaging them up every day in his house.
He's reading every story. And we post them on the Children with Diabetes website. Every story submitted by someone who's requested a Journey Award gets posted.
And he messages us them in Slack very often.
To tell us all
we
about
also
it.
got a really cool email yesterday or the day before from this adult endocrinologist that I worked with when I lived in California. She is in Nebraska. Her name's Leslie Eland. Shout out, Leslie. And she sent an email saying, thank you so much. I just wanted to update you. We've given out so many of these awards. And when we give them out, we do a photo release. We take a picture of it and we have a diabetes wall of fame.
Oh.
And I was like,
that's so special.
What an amazing idea.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
So cute.
I love it.
I think this is not technology related, but I got sort of an SOS 911 text message from one of my diabetes mom's friends that came in. So that is through technology. We're talking about technology and tools. And she was with her daughter who has type 1 at the dentist.
Okay.
And she had a lot of cavities. And she was like, what the crap is happening? Like, I don't understand. Like, she has always brushed her teeth. She's always been whatever. Why did this happen? Like, did you hear anything about this? I was like, have heard about it since she was diagnosed at 3. So like our pediatrician and our dentist from the very beginning was like, your low snacks and your low treatments could cause cavities. Right. You should use a straw. I'm like, when she is 59 angled arrow down, I'm not going to be like, you should preserve your teeth, Ava, and put that straw in the middle of your mouth so you don't do damage to your teeth. I'm like, get your 59 up right now. Yeah. But anyway, this mom was like so frustrated and so upset about it. And I'm like, that's what happens with this. Yeah. And so I think the power of that story not is the cavities that were there, but the fact that we have each other.
Yeah.
And she had somebody that she could text to be like, have you ever heard about this issue with your teeth? I'm like, heard about it.
Especially the middle of the night one. Our colleague talked about that in her whole like adult life. She had never had a cavity, but after she was diagnosed, she did. Because you're like eating fruit snacks and at 3 a.m., like I'm not getting up and going to do the full
Yeah.
thing
and her dentist blamed it on Gatorade and juice. And she was like, if it's not Gatorade and juice, what am I going to do? I'm like, do not worry about the Gatorade and juice. Like, you have more things to worry about than these. Like, of course you need to worry about the cavities. But
but I mean, prioritization.
Still, exactly. So. Well, and when you had your super low and you were sucking down your cake icing.
Yes, in
the
my 3 a.m. cake icing.
Yes, in the middle of the night.
I love cake icing for a low.
I ordered some recently.
Gel or just both?
The problem is I would do that for fun because like I love icing, so I know. My thing, I used to like eat peanut butter. This is not diabetes related, but like I couldn't buy peanut butter because I would just like eat it out of the jar all the time. But we got Biscoff butter for something. I was in that yesterday. I was like, you have got to stop, Savage. Not okay.
So good.
So no icing, no Biscoff, no peanut butter, no Joy.
Highly recommend a 3 a.m. icing with a
chocolate, vanilla, confetti.
Oh, no, I did vanilla.
Okay.
I have like the vanilla buttercream. And it was.
Should we do that right now?
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, only Ava.
194. Yeah, Ava, get your icing.
Yeah, the rest of us are fine.
3 a.m. on the floor, like in my kitchen. in my jams, just like scooping up that icing.
But that makes me so sad.
Why?
Like, again,
I was the happiest.
That's the happiest.
That's amazing.
No, but I almost want to cry thinking about you being there by yourself.
But I wasn't.
I'm just mad I'm not eating the icing with her on the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
But I should be there serving it to you. Do you need me to come to Philly?
I might. I
to
might one
serve
day.
you?
Didn't
don't.
we just talk about
We did talk about the
yes,
independence?
exactly.
We did.
No, but like,
I know you're 30, but
the other thing too is that Aaron, like my husband Aaron, is like laying right next to me in bed, wakes after I'm like 3 Smarties deep, and like this is not happening. He like leans over, hey, you're low. I'm like,
no,
thanks a lot.
Know it.
Thanks for the warning. Thanks for the heads up. But he was, he was there. He was great with, with everything, and he just like was sitting also on the floor with me, 8 feet away.
Yeah. We had a friend that was the spouse of somebody that we knew. So this friend was a guy, he was a low bro. And I remember the stories of him talking about when he went low, that he would just be like super savage in terms of like what he was eating to be able to treat that low. Mm-hmm. We had not experienced that yet with Ava. Mm-hmm. And he would be like, I am double fisting. Like I've got one hand in this, I have one hand in that. And I am literally sitting in my kitchen floor, like shoveling it in.
When sometimes I'll be bolusing like
right. And that's what he did.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
So he was doing that also.
Would recommend.
So I would say she's getting ready to be 17. I would say probably at 14 is when that switch flipped.
Interesting.
To where then she became that savage.
You know what?
And
I was a teenager, 100%. It was probably that.
Right. Because before I'm like, here's your 4-ounce juice box.
And I'd be like, okay.
This. Yeah. Or here's your chocolate milk box. Drink this. But then when she hit that stage, I was like, you are exactly what he described. Yeah. And she like had like a box of Cheez-Its in one hand, and then whatever the sugary thing was in the other hand, and then bolusing at the same time.
Yeah.
I think that's what I love about the glows, though, is that it's delicious, but it's not too delicious. Where like I only need 4 of these. I'm gonna be done with 4. We love our glows.
Another thing here, I was not wearing a medical ID. I don't.
I know. Yeah.
I do now because I found a really beautiful one, which we'll talk about in a second. But medical IDs are so important. I feel like everyone should be wearing one. But let's talk about the medical IDs that we like. I will shout out Road ID. They are in Kentucky, which is just over the river from where we are. But they're for like people who do sports and stuff, and they can put a QR code on the back that goes like to all of your information. But I have those in every shape.
Is that the one that clips on your Apple Watch?
That I have that.
Do.
Yes.
That one. They have a bunch of different ones, so it can go on a really cute band. They have like rose gold, silver, regular gold. My husband wears one just for fun, like not for fun, but like if we were in a car accident, it's like my wife has type 1 diabetes, and then I have one too. But
shout out Jordan.
Yeah, I know, such a nice guy. And then Hannah got us stuck
on the Lauren's Hope IDs. So I think I found Lauren at Friends for Life. I think she came one year, and I was like, oh, this isn't ugly. Because I think that's the other thing is you think of like medical IDs, you think of the silver with the red
dog tag. I know.
Yeah, or the dog tag. And Lauren, I think, just like does a nice job of it's still a medical ID. Like you can see it,
but it looks like a bangle.
But it looks like a bangle, and it's
they have ones with beads. They just have regular chain, like any style of jewelry that you like. She's got that covered. So I appreciate that. I love it so much.
I wish I had that for you all.
Yeah, it would say I'm with everyone. With diabetes.
Everybody has diabetes but me.
But
don't get it on me.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I have a friend of mine who she does not have diabetes, but she has very severe celiac, and she sent me a message, and she's like, "Where did you get that medical ID that you wear? Because I have to like, there's like certain medicines that like she can't be treated with because they have gluten in them." And she's like, "I am super sensitive."
Interesting.
And she now also wears a Lauren's Hope.
Do you know what also has gluten in it that you would not guess that can be an issue for some people with celiac or that have gluten issues is Play-Doh.
Because you're eating it?
No, even touching it. Some people are so sensitive that eat like, I mean, think, but
no, but that's
how much you're touching Play-Doh. You know, I mean, they're probably eating it too when they're little.
Yeah.
But like that used to be my alternative to candy for Halloween, like because I like to give out options. And then I was like, this isn't even gluten-free. So I get little other things too.
I
know.
Didn't know that.
Isn't that random?
Noted.
I just thought about another technology tool, which a lot of people in the diabetes world have. I was just looking at Sasha's dog, here that is laying beside us. So we have a diabetes alert dog. His name is Batman. So there are a lot of people out there that have diabetes alert dogs too. And like, I know like the feeling about diabetes alert dogs is mixed. He is now 10. We have had him for about 6 or 7 years at our house. He came from Texas. He was trained by a company that the only 2 groups that they did training for were people that had diabetes and people that had autism. And so because we have sort of that double package, he came to be able to live with us. And so I remember whenever we were training him, for probably 6 to 7 months, anytime she was high or anytime she was low, we had white washcloths that had been laundered in a certain way. And so she had to rub them sort of all over her face, all over her body, into her armpits.
To get the scent.
The scent.
Yeah.
So then I would put them into Ziploc bags. I would be like, Ava, this is the date. This was her blood sugar. They wanted highs. They wanted lows.
And put it in the freezer.
Put it into a bag and then send them off to Texas.
That's so crazy.
Then they got the washcloths off. They trained him. So when we drove during COVID to Texas to go get Batman, when we walked in, he automatically knew her. He knew her scent.
That's so cool.
He already had it picked up. So he has been sort of an amazing backup tool.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why I wanted him was because nighttime.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, even though I think I can stay awake all night long, because again, nights are my scary. People are like, does he work? I'm like, he now is sort of semi-retired.
Yeah.
He alerts to her. The way that they trained him to alert because she was so little was not to sort of jump up on her, but because they knew that she wore her pump on her waistband, he will go and sort of like stick his face at her waist. But we have had other people that have had type 1 that have come into our lives over the years, and he will also go up to their waist too, to be able to smell it. So I know a lot of people are out there that have diabetes alert dogs. And
our boy Silas, our boy Cassius.
Yes.
Yeah. We love the dogs.
So that's another
Honey
thing.
is not an alert dog, but I told you guys this. When she knows I'm going to start dropping, she gets so clingy and I get so annoyed with her. And then 5 minutes later, I get a buzz.
Yeah.
So I have convinced myself.
Yep.
But she
probably
knows things I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she hates the vibrate on my pump and hates the Dexcom alarm. So like if it beeps in the middle of the night, which is kind of nice, she will come and paw the crap out of the side of the bed just because she's annoyed. But I'm like, oh, well, it's kind of built in.
Yeah. So she is actually kind of a diabetes alert dog. Oh, speaking of on the bed, shaking the bed or scratching the bed, I was going to add that the Sugar Pixel has a device that goes under the mattress to shake the mattress.
Right.
And that can be important for people that are hard of hearing or deaf or, just don't wake up like Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly. And, a lot of times whenever we're thinking about like college accommodations, when I've worked with students that have been deaf or hard of hearing, some of the accommodations that we will put into place into their rooms is a bed shaker, for them in terms of like, are there emergencies that are happening on campus or anything like that? So that's one of the things that I love about that. So that Sugar Pixel has a way for you to be able to plug that device in, and then you just stick it up underneath of your pillow or underneath of your mattress. So that's another way for you to be able to get that alert.
Yeah.
And also like I know that from my working with individuals that have disabilities, and especially whenever we're thinking about like our friends for life that are older, sometimes you have an issue being able to even see the things. Right. And so many times like I've had individuals like, me, like you gave me the light up thing for my menus. Like as you get older, you have a hard time seeing things. And so many times like I've read these things on the internet, or we've been around people that are older that have been living with type 1 for a long time, especially those that are on MDI, they have a hard time being able to see like a syringe to be able to draw things up.
Or having the dexterity to like, do it.
Yeah.
I think because that was, I heard about True Steels too. Like they can't hold it with their, like if it has arthritis or carpal tunnel or whatever, like to get them in.
But it can be easier than like the pinch of the AutoSoft. That one is really hard, especially for like pulling it out. And I used that for a long time. Yeah. So it's no shade. It's just, not everything is accessible. Yeah. Which is a good thing that we're at least thinking about it. We're talking about it. There are things that are being done, but I'm sure it's nearly not enough.
Any other diabetes tools? I think the patches are always like an obvious diabetes tool. Skin grip,
but we're going to talk
heals,
about
whatever.
that.
Yeah.
In the summer one.
The summer episode, we'll talk more about that. But we all have our favorite brands, and then the things to like make your pumps look cute. I always love those, but
we love our stickers.
Oh, I was going to mention Frios.
Oh, Frios,
which we can also
yeah.
But the packages that they're little like envelopes, kind of that carry or that you can carry insulin in pen form or in syringe or in vial form, and you like get the gel
Soak
wet,
them.
and then it dries and it stays cool for like 24 to 36 hours, I believe. I mean, when I was in nursing school, I went to like Honduras for a trip, and we worked in a clinic, and every day I had to change the insulin in my pump because it was getting so hot, and I ended up wearing like a Frio pack on top of my pump because that was the only way to keep my insulin from overheating.
Yeah.
And I couldn't use the fridge space because it was like for other medications, and I was like, that's fine. I've got my Frio pack. I'll just wear it.
Yeah, and I think the other thing, just before we get ready to go, I was thinking about when you were talking about traveling, and we were thinking about this bag from earlier. So one of the things that I used to do, like back before clear bags became requirements for places, I had my diabetes travel bag that was a clear bag because, like, if we were going to Friends for Life and I was carrying all of these supplies with me, like it was a larger size because you know that like your medical bag does not count towards your carry-on allowance. So I wanted it to be loud and proud that, like, look at all of my sharp, pokey things, look at my sites, look at my CGMs that I have in here. So that was a great tip in terms of making it very clear when you're going through, like, security.
Yeah.
Because, again, like, it's not, like, disguised. Now, again, you don't want to do that if you're going to a concert or if you're trying to be discreet about things. But if you're trying to, like, travel with your diabetes stuff, like, having it in a way to where people can be like, yep, got it. Like, I can see that this is not like, you know.
Yeah, and even, I mean, for kids too, like, you know, with school issues, there was a time where people were labeling pumps as medical devices, maybe even labeling like the PDM or their cell phone, because it is a medical device when you're using it for insulin pumps or continuous glucose monitors.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we've talked about a lot of tech. We've talked about a lot of cool things. But I think the biggest thing, and like we all talk about our favorite things and what's not our favorite thing, is that diabetes isn't the same for every single person. And we preach this.
And we live in a time with options.
Yeah, we live in a time with
so
options.
Grateful for.
So there's so much. And I think this has been a fun chat today.
Yeah.
So Lee.
Okay, last thing I will say to you, love you. Don't bolus too much.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe at wherever you listen to your podcasts.